Hey guys, today on People Now, hello Facebook Live.
He's excited but nervous.
Only People has the details about how George Clooney's family reacted to he and Amal's big baby news.
Go Britney!
Step inside Britney Spears' $30 million Airbnb. We've got the scoop on her Valentine's retreat with her boys and her boyfriend.
Laverne Cox joins us live this morning as she gets ready to make her big primetime debut.
Another great thing about my dad is he learned how to do my hair just for me.
This little girl and her super dad will melt your heart this morning.
Hear how he is helping other single dads bond with their little girls.
Kate Upton lands her third SI swim cover.
And we've got even more of the models from the brand new issue joining us live this morning.
Plus,
Princesses and Teapots. Beauty and the Beast comes to life in London. We will show you.
happy Hump Day, Facebook Live and People.com. We're streaming live here at People Now. Great to have you here. And we've got Laverne Cox and Sports Illustrated swimsuit models here live. Can it get any better? What a show we have for you today. Britney Spears as well. She had a very good Valentine's Day. We're talking about her spending it in a $30 million Airbnb. We're going to be showing more photos from that stunning Malibu home in just a little bit. But we want to know, what is your dream vacation? It's our Facebook question of the day, and we'll be sharing your answers a little bit later in the show, live right here at People Now. But first, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. It's all happening, guys. The Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue is finally here, and Kate Upton is the cover queen once again. But this year, she didn't just get one cover, she got three. This is the 24-year-old model's third time gracing the cover, landing her first cover in 2012. And the theme of this year's issue centers on body diversity and age inclusion, which was one of the reasons Upton was proud to return to the magazine. She tells Sports Illustrated, to have an issue that focuses on that is really an amazing moment for me, because I think it's important for everyone to be the best they can be, but not to strive to be a company or industry's idea of perfect. For SI to emphasize every different type of perfect is really inspiring. Those are the campaigns I want to do and the career I want to have, to inspire women to love themselves. And Upton, who's engaged to Detroit Tigers pitcher Justin Verlander, tells SI that she's made exercise an important part of her lifestyle, saying, "This year I had a completely different mindset about my body, and instead of always trying to fit in a certain sample size, I wanted to be strong and healthy. Changing my workout and focusing on weight training helped me do that." She goes on to say, "It helped me think about my body as a machine and less of something people can judge me on. People feel ashamed when they look bad one day, but it's okay not to love yourself every second of every day. Appreciate what your body can do." Now, some of Upton's past covers have been pretty wild. Everything from posing in just a puffer coat in Antarctica to showing off her famous curves in a zero-gravity chamber, no big deal. But this year, the magazine went back to its roots on the gorgeous beaches of Fiji. Upton explains the shoot, saying, "I wasn't sent to space or Antarctica. I got to enjoy just a lovely beach shoot. Even though I love an adventure, it was nice and still was far away, but it was low-key compared to my past ones. It's crazy when a 16-hour flight to Fiji is low-key, but for me and SI, it was." Well, Kate, I think we can all agree that you're looking great. The covers are definitely eye-catching, no doubt about it. Some of her fellow swimsuit models from the new issue are here. Coming up in just a bit, we're going to be talking to them. Don't go anywhere. Moving on to this, guys. It's 2 kids and counting for Jessa Duggar Seawald and her husband, Ben. The Counting On star is this week's People cover and is exclusively showing off her new baby, Henry Wilberforce, just 4 days after giving birth. In the interview, Jessa opens up about her hopes for having a big family, but reveals to People that she never thought she could love a baby more than her first son, saying, "Before the new baby, I would think, how could I ever love another child as much as I love Spurgeon? But the second I saw Henry, it blows you away. We definitely want a lot of kids." The reality star also gets candid about her at-home birth, telling People she was preparing for a long and painful delivery after she was in labor for nearly 2 days with son Spurgeon. But Jessa says the birth of her second child proved to be way more peaceful, saying labor is labor, but it was calm and relaxed. Ben and I were surprised by how fast it went. Baby Henry actually arrived so fast that mom Michelle Duggar and oldest daughter Jana nearly missed the birth. Jessa telling People, "They came at the very end. I was already pushing when they walked in the door." So the question is, how big brother Spurgeon is handling another baby in the house. Well, Jessa explains he's still getting used to the idea, saying, "We thought this is going to be so adorable, but he wasn't really sure about it. He thought Henry was a toy, so he wanted to touch his eyes and put his finger in the baby's mouth. He has no concept of being soft." And now that the parents are balancing double baby duty, they're figuring out a new routine with Jessa feeding the baby and Ben changing all the diapers. Apparently, he's gotten very good at it. Jessa says he can do it with his eyes closed, and I say that is very impressive. For the entire exclusive interview with Jessa Duggar, make sure to pick up People on newsstands Friday. Well, this week's People also has all the latest news on George and Amal Clooney's major baby news. Sources revealing that George is excited but nervous about being a dad to twins, reportedly a boy and a girl. One longtime Clooney friend telling People George is thrilled. He'll be a great father because he's always had a very strong sense of family. He's excited about the kids, but also has the normal amount of nerves that come with being parents. And everyone's just as excited for Amal to become a mother. A source telling People, Amal strikes me as someone who will be a fantastic mother, intelligent, loving, funny, smart, nurturing. She doesn't seem like someone who will let the kids get away with being Hollywood children. Before the pregnancy news broke, Amal visited her husband on the set of his movie Suburbicon in late 2016. A source telling People Amal acted very down to earth. She didn't ask for anything and just wanted to hang out in the background. George wouldn't really let her though. He would bring her around the set, beam and introduce her as my wife Amal. It was very cute to see how excited he was. And the set source adds Clooney hinted that he might be taking some time off. That would be very rare for him, but now it all adds up. Of course, he's going to be the best dad. Such great news for the happy couple. We can't wait to see how this whole thing unfolds.
I'm excited for them as parents, definitely.
Yeah, it's going to be a good look.
All right, let's check in with Facebook Live. So Britney Spears is showing off her amazing $30 million Airbnb, no big deal. We want to know what your dream vacation is. Edward says, my dream vacation is to go to Walt Disney World.
A lot of fun.
I've never been.
Yeah, I just went this past year for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah, we're all late to the
Time
game.
to go. Yeah, we are.
Polly says her dream vacation would be Hawaii.
Nice. Laura says, my dream vacation always includes beautiful beaches, delicious food, and cool people to share it all with.
And I would say any vacation where you're staying in that Britney Spears $30 million Airbnb.
It's so ridiculous.
Keep those Facebook comments coming in. We will check in with you again soon. But first, Andrea, even more trending news.
Yes, Jeremy. Well, there was a general sigh of relief when we heard that Jamie Lynn Spears' daughter was okay after a horrific accident. And this week's People takes you inside Maddie's miraculous recovery. The former child star's 8-year-old daughter, Maddie, nearly drowned after a devastating ATV accident when she accidentally drove the vehicle into a pond. Jamie Lynn, her husband Jamie Watson, and Maddie's father, Casey Eldridge, were all at the hospital keeping vigil for their little girl. A friend of Casey tells People they sat around her bed, talked to her, held hands, and prayed. He went on to tell People everyone was really worried because they didn't know how bad the brain injury was. They didn't know if she'd ever be the same. They cried a lot. Maddie ended up regaining consciousness 2 days after the accident with no signs of neurological damage. Casey's friend adds, Maddie is getting stronger. The friend explained how happy the family is with Maddie's recovery, saying they have their Maddie back, that's all that matters. Moving on to this. This week's People has an update on Misha Barton's health, with a source revealing she's fragile but doesn't show it. The former OC star made headlines recently after accidentally crashing a U-Haul into the carport of her West Hollywood apartment. 2 weeks prior, she was in the news when erratic behavior at her birthday party led to an overnight hospitalization. At the time, Barton told People she'd been drugged with GHB and voluntarily went to get professional help. A friend tells People that the U-Haul crash occurred after Misha misjudged the height of the carport at the apartment building, saying it was a mistake, but she was sober. She just wants to get her career going again, change people's perception of her, and move on.
There he is, that's Nick Cannon, rocking out to his new hit single, Hold On, with his kids, Moroccan and Monroe. Hold On is our Toyota People pick of the day. And even though the singer's been making some headlines recently over whether or not he's going to leave America's Got Talent, the one thing that is for sure is that he loves making music. So here's what he had to say about the inspiration behind his new music. Watch.
Being able to be a person who can be creative and be, you know, like an artist, you know what I mean? Like a lot of times I'm often sitting in your position.
We were just talking about this, all buttoned up. You're usually suited up with America's Got Talent, but now you can be free.
When I can do what I do and like, you know, just be that guy, like that's what it's all about. And that's what the record is about. It's like living free. Like there's a line in the song that says, you know, you only got a moment, so live it like you own it. And like that's really what life is about, especially in this day and age where people just like, we don't need to come together and embrace one another. Like, tomorrow's not promised.
Yeah, I like what, I know that some of the inspiration for this song in particularly, it had like, you wanted to mix a little Bollywood in there,
yeah,
and
man.
Can explain some of that.
I went to Bombay too. We shot the video in Mumbai, and Bombay was beautiful, man. But ultimately, like everybody's been vibing on this Caribbean vibe, which I've been on that wave for a minute.
Long time, yep.
considering I made a movie called King of the Dance.
Right.
But then, like, I was like, yo, I want to add something else to that. Because, you know, shouts out to Ed Sheeran and Drake and Rihanna and everybody who uses that beat. But I took...
Even Bieber.
Yeah, Bieber,
Yeah,
you
right.
know. And I took that same, you know, not to get too intricate, but like 100 beats per minute, like type of vibe that has that whole Caribbean bounce, and put some Hindi Bollywood stuff on top of it. And so now it's world music.
All right, guys, stay with us. Laverne Cox joins us live in our studio next. Plus, Descendants 2-star Dove Cameron revealing some pretty big details about her new boyfriend and how they are making things work. Stick around.
This is King Cutie in People. His Royal Highness Prince George Alexander Louis of Cambridge. These are George's parents, George's home, his Nana, the Queen, and his staff of 644 Englishmen. This is George's dog Lupo, who inspired his favorite book, The Adventures of the Royal Dog Lupo, one George will share now that he's a big brother. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
We've seen the Snapchats, we've seen the tweets. Fans have been buzzing online about you and Thomas Doherty. Can you set it straight? Are you guys dating? Is this official?
We're dating.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm keeping it sort of like, we're keeping it to ourselves because we're you know, everything is just so much more romantic and real when it's yours, when it's private. So we're keeping the details to ourselves. But yeah, we're dating.
No, he's in London though, yes?
Yeah, he's in London.
So how do you make long distance work?
It's not too bad. I mean, you know, because we're both working. We're busy humans. So it's like, it's nice. It's sort of like you can chunk out like visiting, and you know, you work out the time difference, and it's like when I'm waking up, he's going to sleep, and it's nice. It's not too bad. And then we make an effort. It's interesting. It's like things like that make you make an effort.
Did you guys hit it off immediately? You were on the set of Descendants. Was it right away?
It was not right away.
Okay.
It was not right away. It was one of those like natural evolution sort of things. But, you know, again, I'm gonna sort of stay tight
Yeah.
about that.
She's a smart girl.
But he's a lovely, lovely, lovely person.
Working. He barks when he's excited.
That's Laverne Cox in her new role as attorney Cameron Worth on CBS's primetime drama Doubt, premiering tonight. And now joining us live is the one and only Laverne Cox to talk all about that new series.
Tonight.
So much more. Congratulations.
Tonight.
The prime time. Here we go.
Tonight at 10 p.m. on CBS. Doubt premieres finally. Oh,
Before we dive in, though, we saw you flipping through the SI Swim cover
yeah.
or magazine
Right.
here. Would you
Yes.
ever dream of being a part of this one day?
I feel like I need to work out like a lot. But there's what I love Ashley, seeing Ashley in there, and Christy and Serena Williams, and so it gives maybe I can go in like as is.
I think you pull it
I
off.
think it'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get to your new show in a bit. First, we want to bow down to your Sunday night Grammys getup. You killed it. Did you feel as good as you looked?
I felt amazing. It was my first time at the Grammys, and it was kind of my dream Grammy look. I said to my stylist, Christina Pacelli, I want to feel really rock and roll and edgy. I think I want to do leather. Like, what should we do? And
You
she said,
killed it.
I think I have the designer for you, and this is Brian Hearns, and he just knocked it out of the park. The initial work. Initially, and shout out to my makeup artist Deja Smith and my hairstylist Ursula Stephen, who rocked it out too, because it's all about the team.
Sure,
Yeah, some stars get really stressed out about red carpets. What is your strategy, your glam strategy with everything?
You know, red carpets are stressful, and it took us, we allotted 3 hours to get ready, but it ended up taking 4, and we got in the car late, and it was body makeup, and just, it was a thing, it was a whole thing.
But look, there's the red carpet style we're seeing all the way through here, and you always rock it. Look,
Thank you
It's always
so
on
much.
point.
I have an incredible team. It's
Yeah.
really about having an awesome team. Some carpets are better than others.
I guess well, and I guess at some point you do it so much, and it's harder to change it up and be different, right? But
And we've really been trying to, for the Grammys, I wanted to feel like be rock and roll, be a little edgy. Deja, my makeup artist, wanted to experiment with the makeup, and so we just kind of did something that was different.
Everything that happens at the Grammys gets a lot of attention. We know about your epic run-in with Beyonce, and look, you talked about it. We just want to know everything. What'd you talk about? There it is.
I'm like, oh my tired. I'm like, I can't still.
And there's Jay-Z. No big deal.
And I'm so tired right now. I can't even.
Do you remember
front.
anything? Do you?
I can't even front. It's a little bit of a blur, but I'm many times imagined meeting Beyonce, and I thought, and every time I imagined it, I was in tears, and I was like, oh my God, I cannot like freak out and cry. But it's amazing when you meet the Queen, a calm comes over.
Oh really? Okay.
I walked over and I was strangely calm, and she was sitting there, and everyone was sort of surrounding her because she's Beyonce, she's the Queen. And then she sort of saw me, and her face lit up, and she was like, "Help me up." And she, she's pregnant, so she needed some help up. I was like, "I'll help you up." And she got up and she gave me a big hug, and I was like, "I love you." And she's like, "I know you do. I love you too." And oh my God, she's like, "Your lip sync battle was amazing."
Oh wow.
I did Destiny's Child for lip sync battle.
Listen, you gotta feel good when they pull out like a very specific reference, right?
And she sent me flowers.
Okay,
she sent me flowers. I was just on set for Doubt. We had just finished the morning shoot, and we had to switch the day. So I was in the makeup trailer changing makeup because we do to redo makeup. And one of the PAs brought some big bouquet of orchids, and they were like, "Someone sent you flowers." And I'm like, "Oh my God, who sent me flowers? Can you put them in my trailer and bring me the card?" And I opened the card, and it's like. Something about you slayed lip sync battle, Beyonce, and I was like, I started screaming. I'm literally screaming in the trailer. I'm like, And Dreama, one of my coworkers, Dreama Walker, said, "What, did Beyonce send you flowers?" I'm like, yes!
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's crazy. And so I guess it's safe to say Beyonce will be Doubt's biggest fan now.
Yeah, I hope so.
Not a bad...
She's really busy. She's got a lovely family.
Yeah,
and
but
I would love it if Beyonce watched.
All good things. What's she smell like? I feel like it would be rose petals or maybe orchids.
I didn't get into a smell. I got into there was this bubble of love is what I felt.
Yeah.
Jay-Z was right behind her, Mr. Carter was right behind her with blue on his arm, and he was smiling from ear to ear. I think they all know that I'm like this huge stan.
Yeah.
It's like
so they were letting you have
very
your
well
moment,
documented.
Yeah.
All right.
Early in the evening, Solange came over and said hi and just said lovely things to me. So I'm like, I felt so much love from the Knowles Carter family.
A night. Look, and that's the defining night for you, the defining element of the night for you.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything gets a little scrutinized. We know you've already apologized for accidentally not saying Metallica in the introduction for Gaga, which we understand. Look, there's pressure there. The drummer, Lars Ulrich, just brought it up again last night on the Late Late Show. Just saying like, all you got to do is read the names on the teleprompter. Now, that's an easy thing to say. It's not, but it's not as easy to do when a million people are watching.
Yes.
What's your response to his comment?
He's right. I love Metallica, and I hope, and I apologize to Metallica, and I love them. When I was younger, I played the Black Album on repeat. I'm a huge fan, and it was just, I was in the moment, and I was trying to sort of build to the intro, and I just ran by on the teleprompter, I ran by their names, and didn't realize it till afterwards, actually, because I would have corrected it in the moment, and I felt horrible. I still feel horrible about it, and I'm sorry.
Look, I don't think you need to apologize anymore. It happened. Not a big deal.
Yeah,
right?
it was a mistake. It was not. I think anyone who suggested that there was something malicious, I'm like,
come on. I'm talking about reading into things. Jeez.
Oh my God, like Inner Sandman in that song, Nothing Ever Mattered. Like, and nothing else matters. I mean, come on. It's like you've got Metallica is major, and there's so many props I give to them. It was just a mistake.
Yeah.
And I'm human. And my prayer before I go on stage and before I come and do interviews or work is, God, give me permission to do this imperfectly and allow me to be of service. And I did it imperfectly.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, let's move on to your show, CBS show Doubt, which is really exciting. So you co-star alongside Katherine Heigl. You play transgender attorney Cameron Worth. Role obviously a little different from Orange is the New Black, Sophia. What first drew you to this role?
I've wanted to play a lawyer for years. I love the law, the concept of the law. I like to think I'm a little bit of a smarty pants, and I sort of get to sort of show that off a little bit. And I love playing a defense attorney specifically because the idea of defending people who are in their hour of need is really exciting to me. And Elliot Gould plays Isaiah Roth on the show, who's my boss, and we work at Roth and Associates. And he, at one point in the shows, and character says, "Don't think like an attorney, think like a freedom fighter." And he sees that is his role, and that is the role of all the attorneys, to fight for freedom and justice in a system that is often unjust.
It's cool to see actors get to explore, all the different facets of acting. We saw that Cameron gets some pretty steamy scenes.
I do.
In the show. Were you nervous at all about going all in with the love scenes? What goes into that?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Well, I mean, it's CBS, but let's say all in.
It's CBS, yes. I was super nervous because I think it's always weird when you're like having to make out and make love.
Something intimate in a very non-intimate environment,
in a
right?
way with someone that you're not intimate with, and you want to make sure everyone's comfortable. And and Ben Lawson, who plays my love interest, you have to keep watching. It gets really good. You have to keep watching. But I haven't even talked to him about this. Maybe he has kissed a trans woman in real life before, but I was assuming he had never. And I was like, oh my God, is he freaking out? And so in my mind, I'm having all this stuff. And I don't know if he's such a professional. He always made me feel completely comfortable, and I hope I made him feel comfortable and respected as well. But it's a scary thing. But I think in the script it says before our first steamy moment that it's the hottest hotness that has ever existed.
Whoa. Lord have mercy, the standard is quite high here.
This is not tonight, but so you have to keep watching. You have to watch tonight, and then you have to keep watching for the hottest hotness that has ever existed. So I hope that we were able to live up to that.
I bet you did. Well, we love Katherine Heigl. We love Katherine Heigl around here.
Too.
How close did you two get during production?
I love Katie so much. She is so sweet and so funny, and I'm honestly amazed. So she was pregnant when we were shooting, and so she's pregnant and she has 2 kids and a husband and a house. And she had just moved to LA from Utah and, with her whole family, and she was managing all of that while starring in a show. I was like, this woman is superwoman. I was just amazed at everything she was managing and how good she is as an actress and how good she is in the show. She's really amazing.
How
the
long?
scenes that she has with Judith Light, who plays her mom, are epic.
How long do you have to work together to call her Katie? Because I would like
Yeah,
to
I know.
That, right?
Everyone calls her
Didn't
Katie.
know. Okay.
Everyone calls her Katie.
Except for us, I guess.
Get me in that.
Have you met her new baby Joshua yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Hopefully, oh my gosh. Everybody's doing a viewing party in LA now, but I'm in New York, so maybe I would have met Josh. Oh.
It'll happen. There's cute little baby. You, of course, have another incredibly important role outside of entertainment, and that's being an advocate and inspiration for transgender rights. Obviously, there's a lot going on in politics right now. What do you say to people who might be a little nervous or uncertain about the future for LGBTQ rights and issues?
I think we have to just keep fighting. We have to keep being aware. We have to keep lifting our stories. I was really privileged at the Grammys that I got to mention Gavin Grimm's name, a young 17-year-old man from Gloucester. I'm really tired.
No, it's been a long few days.
He's from Gloucester, Virginia, and he is transgender, and he had to sue the school board so that he could use the boys' bathroom like all the other boys in his school. And I felt like enough people weren't talking about it, elevating his story, and he's going to the Supreme Court on March 28th, and it'll be the first time the Supreme Court is hearing a case about transgender rights. And so much of what was able to sway the court around marriage equality was that the justices knew gay and lesbian people, and they were like, so what's the big deal? And so it's so important that we continue to elevate Gavin's story and elevate transgender stories. And so that's why what we say in the media about trans people, the stories we tell on shows like Doubt, premiering tonight, and Star on Fox, which is another show that has a trans character right now. They both air on the same night, which is fantastic. We have to continue to elevate trans stories and move past the mythologies around trans folks and make sure that we stand with Gavin and that trans people are protected.
Definitely big stuff coming up.
All right, well, really quick, gotta ask you about Orange is the New Black.
Yes,
so season 5 premieres in June. Now, your character, Sophia, she's out of the shoe, but will we see a lot of her this next season? Can you give us a little teaser?
Oh my God, the only thing I can say about season 5 of Orange is the New Black is that it is really juicy and really amazing. And if you're a fan, and I'm a fan of the show, even as a person who's on it, when I got the script, I feel like I was tearing into it, but it was actually on my iPad, so I was scrolling down. I was like, what happens? Because it was quite the cliffhanger at the end of season 4. The next season happens in 3 days. All 13 episodes happen over a 3-day period.
Oh, wow.
So we're jamming a lot in. A lot happens in that 3-day period, and it's. I really would love to tell you.
I know.
Well, it's probably better. Look, I don't know how you do it all. You're so busy, and we really appreciate it.
We'll have to come back and talk about it.
Sounds good. Deal.
Yeah.
All right,
All
well,
right.
Laverne, thank you so much for everything, and congratulations on everything.
Thank you so much.
And you guys, make sure to watch Laverne's new show, Doubt, on CBS tonight at 10/9 Central.
It's from the Barbie brand. I don't know if it's a Ken doll. It's not a Ken doll.
Listen, my children love them very much.
Right. In honor of you being a dad role model.
Okay.
And I'm going to let you open it.
Is this for me to play with or my kids to play with?
That's for you to decide. Whatever is a
There we go. That's me. All right. Remember, kids, eat your protein and be polite.
Yes, Jerry O'Connell is now Barbie. He's here with me right now, as you can see. Also an amazing father to his 2 daughters, of course. People has teamed up with Mattel to feature some of the world's greatest dads in this week's issue. If your dad is amazing, we want to hear about it. Use the hashtag #DadsWhoPlayBarbie on Facebook or Twitter. The issue features other great celebrity dads like Tracy Morgan, but also we're highlighting some amazing non-famous fathers like Philippe, who went viral after learning how to do his daughter's hair and then paying it forward. Watch this.
I'm Emma, and I have one of the world's greatest dads. The reason he's so great is because we're like best friends. We cook together, we clean together, we basically do almost everything together. We're like a team. Another great thing about my dad is he learned how to do my hair just for me. It's like living with your own personal hairstylist. I mean, look.
Emma means the world to me. She came at a point in my life where I didn't really understand what I was going to do with myself. I was just kind of getting by, and she came here. And it was like all of a sudden I had a purpose. You know, a lot of fathers are out there really want to be connected and also struggle and want the encouragement. So we embrace that. We have a really good time at Daddy-Daughter Hair Factory. We things like a braid, a bun, the stuff that most parents need to know. We wanted to help them with that. So that was the reason we started the class. The classes are completely free. And on top of our class, which is where it started, we're now in 13 other states, working with a total of 18 dads now. The most important thing is not the hairstyle. The most important thing is really the time spent together. When you have a daughter and she knows she's loved, confidence goes through the roof. You know, the world is basically hers to own. Thanks, guys. Bye.
The stars are on the move, and we're following them in today's edition of Star Tracks.
I hope there is for Casey. I hope there's some bias for him. I thought he was perfect in the in that role. I really, it was my favorite kind of acting. It just is restrained, but kind of emotionally full. Really simple and honest, but also really interesting, and that's so hard to do, and he did it beautifully, so I'm pulling for him.
Well, gotta have a little bit of that Boston bias, right? Casey Affleck seems to be Matt Damon's pick for Best Actor in a Leading Role at this year's Oscars. The duo worked side by side in the critically acclaimed film Manchester by the Sea, but there's another buzzy movie that Damon cannot stop talking about. The new action-packed flick, The Great Wall. The historical fantasy film follows Damon and co-star Pedro Pascal, who must fight off mysterious monsters behind China's Great Wall or risk imminent death. The Great Wall premieres nationwide this Friday, February 17th. But if you want to catch more of Matt and the rest of the cast, make sure to stay on people.com or download the Pen app to your smartphone or favorite device. While we're talking about Matt Damon, gotta bring up his favorite frenemy, Jimmy Kimmel. Yes, it's no secret that Jimmy Kimmel thrives in the spotlight, from passing out PB&Js at the Emmys to hosting his top-rated ABC late night show. I mean, there should be no reason for the star to get nervous, right? Well, Jimmy recently opened up to People about one of his biggest roles yet, hosting the 89th Academy Awards, and it's putting him a bit out of his comfort zone. Although Jimmy has interviewed some of Hollywood's biggest and brightest stars for years, he did come from humble beginnings, like sneaking into the Oscars in 1995. Jimmy tells People, "I snuck into the Governor's Ball. I was the morning host for Kevin and Bean on K-Rock Radio. Kevin and I put on our tuxedos, and we figured if we got there early enough, we would become part of the scenery. We hung around for 9 hours, then the Oscars ended and everyone started filing in, and they did a security sweep and kicked us out. But we made a U-turn and went right back in. We sat down with John Travolta and we told him we snuck in, and he was laughing. He got the waiter to bring us food." I mean, it's such an amazing story. I hope he retells that story at the Oscars this year. Luckily, Jimmy will have a little helper to assist with his punchlines and jokes backstage, none other than his wife, Molly. Jimmy opened up to People about how he found out about the hosting gig alongside his wife, saying this: "I was coming home from vacation in Hawaii. I looked like I'd seen a ghost. Then I had to tell my wife, who had just suffered through 3 months of Emmy anxiety with me. She wasn't thrilled. I think she cursed. She'll be backstage with me writing jokes." Always good to have the wifey by your side. Well, if you want to catch more of Jimmy Kimmel and his road to the 89th Academy Awards, make sure to pick up your copy of People on newsstands everywhere Friday. All right, moving on to this. It looks like Britney Spears had a very relaxing and peaceful Valentine's Day in Malibu. Brit spent the romantic day with her new boo, Sam Asghari. The couple decided to stay in a $30 million villa in Malibu, courtesy of Airbnb, and we have got the photos to show it off. With views of the Pacific Ocean, Britney and Sam enjoyed the pools, the theater room, the gym, basically any amenity you would ever need. Now, if you want to stay at Britney's Valentine's Day getaway, it'll cost you up to $7,500 per night for a 4-night minimum stay. You know, pocket change. But despite the unbelievable abode, Britney is not ditching her mommy responsibilities just yet. Sons Jaden and Sean joined in on the pop star's V-Day vacation. Looks like they're having quite the time. Britney even posted this video of her boys enjoying the pool, giving us all a little snapshot of the Mediterranean-style villa. She captioned the vid, "A touch of heaven." Gonna have to agree with her on that one. To Facebook, we want to hear from you. What is your dream vacation? Tell us in the comment section below, and we'll read them off a little later on in the show. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
Well, guys, here we go. It's that time again to check in on all of our favorite royals. People Now's royal correspondent, the lovely and officially honorable Imogen Lloyd-Webber is here. Good to see you.
Good morning, Jeremy.
Thank you for being here. Later on, we're going to take a look, guys, inside a Beauty and the Beast themed cafe in London in honor of the upcoming live-action Disney film, which we're very pumped about. You don't want to miss that. But first, the big royal news this week is that Prince William and Princess Kate are heading to Paris almost 20 years after Princess Diana's tragic death. What is the significance of them visiting the city with that anniversary coming up, Imogen?
Well, this will be Prince William's first public visit to Paris since Princess Diana died in a car crash there. So it'll be an important and emotional trip for him.
Oh, no doubt.
Prince William and Princess Kate are set to carry out around 8 engagements over March 17th and March 18th. The visit will include a formal dinner at the residence of Her Majesty's ambassador. They will also go to the Wales versus France Six Nations rugby match.
Fun.
It's all part of a post-Brexit charm offensive known as soft diplomacy. And of course, all fashionistas' eyes and yours, Jeremy, will be on what Princess Kate wears in the fashion capital of the world.
You covered me when you said all fashionistas, I think.
I will.
Right there. So moving on to Queen Elizabeth, who hasn't been out for some time because she was under the weather. She was back to her royal duty Tuesday with Prince Philip touring the National Cybersecurity Center. This seems like a great sign. What does this mean for the Queen's health, Imogen?
Everyone is very relieved to see that it is once again business as usual for the 90-year-old Queen and her 95-year-old husband, Prince Philip. He was cracking jokes, which he's famous for doing. So Britain will be breathing a sigh of relief. We all got a bit scared over Christmas, I have to admit,
There
Jeremy.
was definitely a lot of worry and uncertainty about what was going to happen there. And what's the royal record, guys? Without talking about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, we're going to make it a thing every week if we can. Things appear to be promising, but who knows if Harry is going to pop the question. If he does, Imogen, it turns out there's actually a law. Harry would need the Queen's permission. Was this something that Princess Kate previously went through?
Absolutely. Until 2015, under the 1772 Royal Marriages Act, all of George II's descendants had to get the sovereign's agreement before they got married.
Wow.
Otherwise, it would be invalid. Now, it only refers to the first 6 people in line of succession. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle won't have too much to worry about. He's now only 5th in line to the throne, so the Queen is unlikely to withhold her blessing. He's going to keep being bumped down now.
Right.
The Queen signed a fancy notice of approval under the Great Seal of the Realm for Prince William and Princess Kate. The Queen willingly gave her permission to them both for their wedding in 2011. They have been dating for years after all, so it was no big surprise.
It was not a surprise at all, sort of a given at that point. Well, Imogen, all good information. Thank you so much.
Great to see you, Jeremy.
And now, are you ready to be a guest in the Beauty and the Beast themed cafe in London? Check this off your bucket list next time you're in London town. Take a look.
Be our guest, put our service to the test.
And we just looked it up, and that place is apparently booked until November. So,
Yeah.
good luck.
Good luck.
But it looks great. Guys, it might be cold outside, but it sure is heating up in here because we have some of Sports Illustrated's 2017 swimsuit models, Hannah Ferguson and Bo Krasmanovich. Welcome, you guys. Did I get it?
Thank you.
Did I get that? Okay. Last night, this year's SI Swim cover model was officially revealed. Kate Upton is on the cover. She got 3 covers. What was your initial reaction when you heard the news about the cover?
Well, good for her. Third time.
Third time
Third time cover model.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's hard to get it once, so mean, third time and 3 covers. That's pretty amazing.
It takes a lot of work to get to the point where you guys are and where she is. It's got to feel nice for you as well to kind of reach this level and to be a part of this thing, right? Isn't it?
Of course. It's an iconic magazine and all the girls are amazing and we are happy being part of them.
Yeah, we were just looking through your shots.
Yes.
Super sexy. I mean, this issue is one of the most anticipated photo shoots of the year. You've been featured in the past. I mean, what is it like returning? Is it a homecoming of sorts? Why is it so special to be in this issue?
Well, it's my second time coming back, so I'm really excited. And I also had 2 shots for this year. Well, it's special because, yeah, all the girls, like I said, like the magazine is really iconic, and the girls there in it are really amazing. And the shoots that we are going to, the place we are going to, everything is really beautiful, and the pictures are incredible.
Yeah.
So.
And they interview so many girls for the magazine, so being in it once is, a gift, and to get asked back a second, third, fourth, how many? I mean, it doesn't happen.
Yeah. You guys be with Huskies.
Yes, I was talking about my shoot in Finland.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was in Arctic resort, and it was
like little husky puppies.
Freezing.
Those are cute, but I would definitely rather be on the beach.
I know. I was in Fiji.
Let's just be real. Like a little sand on the booty. I'd take that over freezing my booty off, even with a cute husky.
Puppies, though, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
You go to the beach, I'll go to.
Okay, that's fine.
The puppies made me warm.
So, Bo, you made your SI Swim debut last year. Hannah, as you said, you've done it several times.
Yes.
I'm sure that you still remember, though, that first moment, the photo shoot, and the rush of the whole thing.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for the newcomers?
Just to have fun with it. I mean, I know my first year I was super nervous, but also really excited. And just with your second year, and this is my 4th year now, so I feel like it just gets easier and easier every year. And it's still just as exciting.
Yeah, learn to trust yourself, trust the photographer.
Yeah, you just get comfortable.
I agree. The second year was much easier for me, and I wish I was more relaxed the first year. Because you just need to show yourself, relax, and be yourself, and everything's going to be fine.
It's easier said than done, but I mean,
yes.
Yeah. And what was it like getting the call for this year? What was your reaction when you got that call? I mean, I can't imagine it must be like pretty amazing. Like, hey, you're in it again.
I know. Well, I'm hoping to make it for like a 5th year or so.
Yeah.
Crossing my fingers for next year.
That's great.
Well, when they called me, I was really happy, but when I found out I'm shooting in Finland, I was a little bit scared. If I'm going to survive my second shot.
Let me just be honest. What I would be most nervous about would be my family's reaction to seeing the photos, right? So they don't know. So I was going to ask, what's the family's reaction to the shots that they've maybe seen previously and that you're in it again?
No, I can't. I couldn't tell my mom that I shot it in Finland when it was snowing and ice. I think she will be scared about my health and stuff. So I didn't tell her.
Yeah.
They don't need to know.
And Hannah, what's the family's reaction?
My family's always really supportive and excited. I mean, Sports Illustrated has always been my dream job, so they know that and they're very proud. It's funny though, because my dad doesn't want to look at the pictures, so he's just like, oh yeah, like it's very nice, congratulations.
Hey Dad, we just looked at him. You made the right choice.
Yeah.
Stick with that. No, that's great. I mean, obviously it's iconic. It's this big moment.
This issue is really exciting. There's a lot of seasoned models coming back in this 2017 issue. Chrissy Teigen and then Christy Brinkley, which is really cool. Have you met? Yeah, have you met either of them?
Chrissy Teigen, yes, because she shot it for last year and the year before, so we were together for events.
I mean, did she ever give you any sort of advice on modeling or anything?
Well,
she would if we asked. I mean, she's a pro, literally. I mean, I don't even know how many years she's done it, but it's more than I have, so.
Yeah, the Christy Brinkley thing is.
I know. Do you say that? Do you have a SI swim queen, like both of you, that you look up to?
My favorite's Irina.
Right?
Yeah.
Yours too?
Irina Shayk, yeah, definitely. She's the most. I mean, I love her.
Good sense of
really
humor.
Beautiful woman.
Yeah.
She's my favorite.
Yeah. All right. Well, ladies, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hannah and Bo, thank you so much for being here. Guys, make sure to pick up your copy of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. Hits newsstands everywhere today. And guys, before we go, we have to mention one of my favorite movies of the year, the Oscar-nominated Arrival. It is now out on Blu-ray and DVD. If you've seen it, you know that Amy Adams and company are communicating with some mysterious extraterrestrials during the movie. They have to decipher these sort of symbols that the aliens use. We are ready, though, to communicate with the alien visitors if they arrive anytime soon. This isn't off the wall at all. We have our own customized alien symbol, a logogram designed especially for us by Arrival's Oscar-nominated production designer's wife, artist Martine Bertrand. As you can clearly see here, it says "People Now." Right? Or it says, you're an idiot for believing this says People Now. I'm going to take their word for it that somehow it does.
It does.
Did you see the movie?
It does. I did. It was
Ladies,
amazing.
did you see Arrival yet?
No.
You need to
You
see
have to
Arrival.
see it.
It's on
must
Blu-ray
see
and
it.
DVD now. It is out now and available. So
Yes.
there
You can
go.
you can give us DVD.
Yeah, well, I'll give you this thing if you can hang it up somewhere. All right, thank you so much for watching, guys. Love your comments as always on Facebook Live. Make sure to tune back in again tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern. We have Hannah Jeter giving us an update on her newly announced pregnancy. Plus, Courtney Sodden joins us for a big personal announcement.
Yes, thanks for watching. And for now, we leave you with one last thing with Sports Illustrated swimsuit models Hannah Ferguson and Bo Krasmanovich.
Take it away, ladies.
Yes. So this is one last thing, and we are talking about what was the last thing we did. So my last guilty snack pleasure is chocolate. I love chocolate. I had it last night before sleeping.
I love it. Mine
Yours?
would be ice cream. It's
Yes.
definitely my weak point. I have to
Okay.
run after that though.
After the chocolate.
And the last TV show you binge watched.
My last TV show I binge watched is The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I love a good reality drama show.
And mine was Friends. I mean, I'm watching it over and over since I was young. I mean, a child.
Yeah,
So that's
it's a good
it.
one.
Yes.
It's a good series.
Hey YouTube! Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment if you enjoyed it. And for more People Now, click on the subscribe button down here.
And check out more great video right now by clicking on one of these links.